What's going on YouTube? DarkWorldMOFO here, and I am here to do a commentary over a match between DarkWorld Creator and X-Sabers. So as you guys can see, I started off with a fairly good hand with the Trance into the Snow, Gretagrapha, and I was thinking about doing the trade-in, but I decided to just pass, keep it in my hand for next turn, and maybe use Trance's effect next turn to pop something with Grapha if he stays on the field. But I really wanted to talk about DarkWorld Creator for a minute. I've been playing the deck on DN a lot, and I actually just ordered all the cards for DarkWorld Creator and a bunch of different DarkWorld variants. So make sure to look out for those in real life deck profiles as soon as I get those cards in my hand. But I really wanted to talk about DarkWorld Creator. I've been playing the deck a lot on DN, like I just said, and I'm a huge fan of it. I really think it's a good deck. It's solid. Just the way it plays, it's really controllative, and I really like the aspect of that, because nobody really considers Dark Worlds to be a controlling deck, but they all think about it as a turbo explosive deck. But you can really just kind of like sit back and kind of just let your opponent attempt to do something, and then kind of just shut them down with the control deck, with the maxis, with the trags, with the field presence, and you guys can just see what I'm doing. This turn, I'm just stacking up my hand, stacking up my field, and it really just puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, because they might be able to get over my field, but they still know that I have 5 cards in hand, and Dark World with 5 cards in hand is never very good at all. So anyway, I'm playing against X-Sabers. My opponent, he seemed like a cool guy. He scoops it up pretty quick game 1, just because like I said, I had the awesome control and I had the awesome hand advantage, and there's really not too much you can do. So I sided in some MSTs and some deck devs. I'm not really worrying too much about this matchup, because they're X-Sabers. And, you know, Hunley can be a big problem if he gets a few pluses off his plays. But other than that, if they don't go beast, then I'm not too worried about it. And then so this hand starts off pretty nice, but you know, things just happen. I mill the snow for my gates, and then I attempt to activate my gates, and it gets MST'd, which really sucks. Or it doesn't? Oh, it doesn't get MST'd. I'm sorry. I thought I got MST'd. And then anyway, right here, I hit a Dark Soul, thinking it was an Ember's Blade again. I just took the risk, why not? And then I hit End Phase, and then he MST'd my backer. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Still on End Phase. Think about this. I'm like, okay, you don't want to get your Dark Soul search. He draws, then gets his search, and I'm like, dude, no, what the fuck? Yeah, like he just acted like a dickhead. Like he drew and then searched, which really wasn't cool. And I didn't feel like dealing with the admins. I didn't feel like dealing with his stinky attitude. And so I just let it go. I said whatever. You know, he was acting like a turd. And then he has an explosive play, and I thought it was really unfair. But that's just how DN is. That's just another example of why this community online can be sucky sometimes, because your opponent likes to cheat you, and you really don't want to have to deal with the DN admins or anything like that. But I'm not going to stress it. I was definitely going to crush him game 3, but you guys can obviously see that I'm really not going to win this game. The Trag's not going to do too much for me. If I draw into an outlet, it'd be really nice, but he still has a big field that I have to get over, and 2 cards in hand, so it's obviously not looking too good for me. You guys can pretty much expect that I'm going to lose this game, especially since there's still time left in the video. So anyway, I take all this damage, then I drop my Trag. I don't know why I dropped my Trag after. I definitely should have saved or not taken an attack. And now on his end phase, he decides it's okay for him to search on his end phase now with his Dark Soul, and just to be a douche. And then right here I draw into a trade-in, and I'm just like, okay, GG. So now I'm like game 3, I let my opponent cheat, which kind of pissed me off. I know that's my fault, obviously. I just didn't want to deal with the admins and wait forever, and I wanted to get a good match for you guys. And then so game 3 comes, and I'm like, alright, I gotta crush this kid. And so I just start off with the Trooper play. I mill 3, and I milled a Grapha, which I was real happy about, and double Maxi, which I wasn't too happy about, but at least I didn't want to have to draw into them next turn and then have him do his stuff. But then I have double MST, which is always nice. I love getting rid of back rows against X-Sabers, because their monsters really aren't too scary, especially on my turn. So then I mill 3 more, and I mill a Dad, which is fine with me. So I decided to just normal summon the Brow, bounce back for the Grapha, and just try to control this game a little bit. And I knew he had an Ember's Blade or a Dark Soul set. That was extremely obvious, but I attack into one and I hit an Ember's Blade. I attack into this Ember's Blade and he gets a Full Helm Knight. And I'm like, sure. So he has 5 cards in hand, so he can do some stuff. My hand isn't looking real nice. The Barrow's gonna get me 2 draws when I need it. The Trance is another discard outlet, and then the Raikou kind of just slow him down if he makes a beast play or something like that. Gets over my graph and then goes beast, or has any backer that I really have to get over. So someone's Pashul, someone's a Fall Troll, and doing what X-Sabers do. Grabs the Ember's Blade back, so he has a lot of options right here. He made a good play. Coming up, you'll see what he does. He's in his extra deck thinking, and he makes a play into Catastor right there, and then synchros into a Crimson Blader. So I'm like, okay, this could be a big problem. But I knew that I had the draw off the Trooper and the draw off my draw. So I take 100 there, and then I take 2,000. And I think I draw, do I draw a Grapha? No, I draw a Dark Hole, that's right, dude. This is another reason. I really like Dark Hole as a card. And then so on his turn, I MST'd that card right there, and it was a Lance. And I was really hoping he didn't chain it. He looked in his graveyard, doesn't chain it, play Dark Hole, and he makes a little face right there. Not too happy about that, but you know what? I was extremely happy about that. And now I have the Gates and the Snow play. If he doesn't have if he doesn't have an MST, I'm extremely happy. So I summon the Trance, pitch that, get the Snow, and I'm gonna grab a Grapha. And then I love this little play right here where I can banish my Snow, pop his back row, have the Grapha engraved for next turn, and have my little Trance +1 if he destroys it. So then right there I attack for 23. He's down to 2 cards, and there's not too much coming up, guys. This video is coming to an end. Please make sure to give it a like. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Thank you so much for watching. DarkWorldMOFO out. Peace, guys.